This is a book review of Built to Sell. We are Accessory to Success and review a lot of business books here. If you're interested in entrepreneurship and business leadership, writing, this would be a great place for you. We have a once-a-week email that we send out. If you'd like to subscribe to that, you can expect book releases and reviews and takeaways from all these great business books we review. And follow us on social media too. We're pretty active there as well. Now let's move on to the main takeaway for Built to Sell. Business books are usually full of practical advice and as such, a bit dry. This book is different. It is easy to read, and Warrillow, the author, has written it in a story format. The story that he tells carries many simple and practical tips, and he has included an executive summary at the end of the book to reinforce all the points. We recommend the audiobook because the easy style makes the comfortable listening, and you can finish the entire book in a few short hours. It is written based on the author's first-hand experience, and these kinds of books always make for knowledgeable and interesting reading. Entrepreneurs make many mistakes as they evolve. The prime mistake is to build a business that relies heavily on them. This erodes the sale value of the company as buyers are not confident that the company can survive on its own without its founder. John Warrillow says that every business should be built to sell, even if you have no intention to sell it. If you own a business, if you are higher up in the operating process of selling a business and are on the same page with those involved in selling the business, and if you have interest in the sale in some way, you must read this book. You will learn how to create a sellable business. And here are some bullet point takeaways of what you'll learn in this book. How to create a fantastic sale value for your business, keeping in mind buyer perspective. How to avoid potholes in business sales. How to structure your company to get the best valuation, products to sell, and how to position products. If in the service industry, how to package your services as a product, how to build systems operable by anybody, how not to rely on one big client. No single client should account for more than 15% of your revenue. How to create a positive cash flow cycle. Focus on your area of specialization. Refuse projects not in your scope. And how to hire and retain good employees. Now on to the main summary. Warrillow tells this story about Alex, who wants to sell his marketing agency. He approaches Ted, his friend and serial entrepreneur, for help. Ted informs him that his agency is worthless. It is overly reliant on Alex, heavily dependent on one client, and has no unique feature to speak of. Alex is shocked and decides to take Ted's help in making this business sellable. Throughout the book, Ted gives him these insights and practical advice. An invested entrepreneur will run his business with all his efforts, believing that it is going to last forever. However, a shrewd entrepreneur will always keep adding value to the business so that it becomes magnetic to others or acquires an immense market value. The focus should be to build a business that can run without you. Create processes and systems which ensure smooth functioning, even in your absence. It is then that your business will become a valuable asset. Develop a standard service offering, SSO. An alternative to this book is E-Myth Revisited. Specialize. Focus on doing one thing well. Hire specialists in this area. Improve. Be different from competitors and the best in your niche. Own a process. Be smart about your products and how you position them. Packaging is important. Even if you're selling a service, it needs to be packaged as a product so that any potential buyer can continue to sell the same. For even more detail on structuring the business, read the book Traction. Do not rely heavily on one client. This will scare away potential buyers. No one client should be giving you more than 15% of your revenue. This is something that Jeremy Miller talks about in Sticky Branding as well. The book makes sure that you remain separate from your business. It should always remain an entity separate from you. Do not become synonymous with the company. Buyers should feel confident that the company can run without you. Try to get cash up front as against running up billing arrears. Charge up front, use progressive billing, and establish a positive cash flow cycle. Turn down work that falls outside your area of specialization. This way, you can attract people who need your expertise and develop a reputation of being a specialist in your niche. This concept is written about in great detail in the book, The One Thing. Figure out how many pipeline prospects actually convert to sales. This number will show the buyer what market opportunity exists. Hire at least 2 sales reps. It is competitive and indicates to the buyer that you have scalable sales models. The sales reps should be good at selling products, not services. They should help your customers realize how your product is the solution to their needs and not try to customize the product to suit the needs of the customer. Other books on this would include either Ready, Fire, Aim or Predictable Revenue. The book says that cash flow statements should be consistent and strong. Ignore your profit and loss statements if your cash flow is strong. You will hit the sweet spot eventually if cash flow is good. 2 years of financial statements reflecting the use of your SSO is needed before you can sell your company. Offer good incentives and build a strong management team. This book recommends finding an advisor from your industry. Ensure that you are in the mid-range client for him. The advisor should fix discussions with many buyers for you so that you can evaluate the competitive bids. Avoid advisors who push you into discussions with one buyer only. Think big and make out a 3-year business plan. The added resources of the company which acquired you will propel you ahead. Do not offer stock options to retain employees after an acquisition. Offer them a stay bonus instead. This stay bonus can be a cash reward given in installments to ensure that your key people stay on with you through your transition. About the author, John Warrillow. John Warrillow is the founder of the Value Builder System and the Sellability Score. His company helps business owners improve the value of their company. Prior to starting the Value Builder System, he started and exited 4 companies, including a quantitative market research business that was acquired by the Corporate Executive Board, CEB, in 2008. Warrillow's book, Built to Sell, Creating a Business That Can Thrive Without You, was recognized by both Fortune and Inc. magazine and was one of the best business books of 2011. Built to Sell has been translated into 4 languages. Warrillow has been recognized by B2B Marketing as one of the top 10 business-to-business marketers in the United States. This has been a book review of Built to Sell. Highly recommend this for an entrepreneur or business owner. Thanks for listening. There's a lot of other book recommendations in this review. You can find links to all of those in the blog post. Don't forget to subscribe to our email newsletter for a once-a-week email. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next review.